No, don't you two look so sweet. I didn't even want to. Yeah.
Oh, what's it?
How's it going, lads?
So,
See you again.
Dave. I
What do you
guess you
mean?
should sit there.
After you then.
I'll come in.
I can't believe he's still got a job.
we were thinking that this
All
morning.
these years.
We were asking him, to be fair.
You created this monster.
So the monster was already in there. We just brought it out at you.
Unleashed it. Mitch, Dave, Your Royal Highness. Opening ceremony the other day, kicked everything off. How was it for you, for starters, I guess?
It was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely great night. Obviously, the storm couldn't be helped. It's an uncontrollable thing that we just can't control. So you work around the things that you can control. See your family before, but
You guys came in by boat though, right?
We did.
So you were in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, we were waiting just over here actually, just behind us. We were there for about an hour.
Kind of felt like if you can kind of live through that, sort of
Yeah.
circling like the beaches of Normandy, then
Yeah.
actually you're kind of ready for what's coming this week, isn't it?
It's just not what you want, is it? On the opening ceremony of the Invictus Games, a bunch of guys who are suffering from post-traumatic stress to be in a
Yeah,
lightning
it
storm,
started getting a bit
circling on a
tense.
boat. It's just
Yeah.
like, everyone just stay on the boat, right? Can we just...
No, but no, you know, how was it for you? This is number 4, getting pretty good at it.
This is number 4, yeah. We are miles away from home. I hope you guys have managed to get over the jet lag. I don't know if we have, we've been here for a week. Firstly, the Invictus flag is on top of Sydney Harbour Bridge, so I think we've done quite well on that one.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
Getting up
yeah.
there.
I didn't actually put it up,
impressive.
but we just went up anyway. But having the Invictus family as such, from 18 different countries, all of the competitors, all their families and friends, that is what it's all about. That is what it was about. These games are now taking it to a new level and really proving that you guys and your families as well are such incredible role models for everybody else out there. You know, because we had thousands of letters written in after 2014 when we talked about this.
Yeah.
Of people saying, you know, I've got a broken back, or I've had a life-changing injury and I've been stuck on my sofa, or I've never left the house, or I've been miserable every single day, and then suddenly I watched the Invictus Games, watching somebody who probably should be dead run the 100 meters, and all of a sudden my life has changed. Do you guys actually understand? I mean, it doesn't matter whether you've got all your limbs, because what's going on inside here, or all the
Absolutely.
experiences that you've had, you've dealt with those.
Yeah, it's right. You know, mine is an invisible illness. You know, and it took over my life massively. And to then start being able to speak about it, I went through a hell of a time. I changed into a completely different person, and I was frustrated. I was angry, and nobody recognised what I'd become. And so it was time for me to get back on track, and it was my brother that put me back in the right place. You know, he signed me up, and I never did I think that I'd be sat in this position. You know, and it is thanks to Help for Heroes and the Royal British Legion that we are doing this, and it's incredible. You know, what the change for me last year and the year before. You know, I was on a knife's edge a lot of the time, and at one point, you know, and afraid to say it, I was prepared to end my life. You know, and that's all changed. That's all changed around in it, and that's through the power of what you've created, the sport, and the team and the camaraderie that we face. You know.
Jojo and I have spoken about this before. We didn't create the sport. The sport's been there. We merely created a platform for you guys to be able to shine, right?
I mean, for me, you know, I'm very lucky to still be involved in this, and I still bring my family to it every year, because in terms of mental health and disability, it's definitely, my eyes were closed, and until this happened to me, my eyes opened. But for me, bringing my family to this, and I hope that your family will be the same, they'll grow up with their eyes open from the very beginning.
I mean, I was diagnosed with leukemia obviously 5 years ago. 5 years of intense chemotherapy, and exact same as you. You're in a dark place. I'm the most competitive person, and the team. We're all individuals that have difficulties, psychological, physical, mental, emotional. But we are the perfect jigsaw. And I say this at every single team talk. Your strength may be what I need. My strength may be what someone else needs. And I push that towards the team, and it's starting to spread, and it's just absolutely fantastic.
Do you know what I find remarkable? I'd always said, you know, I take inspiration from these guys, the guys around me. And I was living in that bubble, taking inspiration from the people around me, taking morale from them, but not really aware that the rest of the world would want to see that. And I always found it amazing that you saw that before we saw it and we were living in it.
Yeah, but I spent 10 years working alongside all of you guys, not just from the UK, from most of these nations as well. So the respect and the understanding that I had was was deeper than anybody else, I guess. And then being in the position that I'm in was like, hang on a second, all what they're doing on operations, what they're doing back at home as well, the way that they are as individuals and the way that they are, what their families are as well, that needs to be celebrated. And I always thought that society as a whole, whether it be in the UK, whether it be in Australia, whether it be anywhere in the world, society will always be better if we can learn off the way that these guys and their families and all of you guys carry out your day-to-day lives. But,
Did you think it was going to get this big though?
No, you can never predict how big it's going to get. I mean, JJ didn't even want to sign up in the first place because he's like, it's just going to be a sports day. And then we said, no, it's in the Olympic Park. He's like, oh, right, yeah, I might do that. And then
I'm not denying it. All right, well, better let you get on with it then.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. JJ.
Pleasure.
Guys, good luck this week.
Thank you.
Have fun. Make the most of it.
Cheers, sir.
And look, as I said, to cheesy as it sounds, and I know you'll back me up on this, you've already won. You know, medals or no medals,
Absolutely.
just making it here for.
This is the
for
medal.
some of
The
you.
uniform
Yeah.
being here. This
Yeah.
is the medal.
Yeah.
This is the...
But also remember that when you go back home and you have to take this uniform off, not only do you get to keep it, but when you go back to your communities, there are so many opportunities for yourself and for other people to learn off you. You are now role models.
Yeah.
You always were when you were wearing the uniform. You're no longer wearing that uniform, you're wearing a different uniform, and you stand for something different but almost exactly the same. And I think, as I said, whether you're a little person or whether you're an older person, people need to be able to take strength off what you guys are able to achieve. So thank you.
Right.
Sir.
All right, off and inspire.
Go, spread your wings.